There is only one belief that's completely holding you down, that's blocking you from you attaining any level of success. And over the next few minutes, I want to kind of give you an idea on what that is and then also tell you how to break it and how to free yourself from it. The source, the inspiration of today's video is from a 3-day challenge, which I just completed the first version of it. And you can see the link to the challenge on the very top of the banner, on the very top of my YouTube channel, which is, if you're watching this on my channel, if you click and go to the channel, then you'll see. If you're seeing this video in your feed, the chances are you may not see. But on the channel banner header, you can see there is a challenge which I'm doing, which is called the Positive Positioning Challenge. I did the first version of it, and which was supposed to be a 3-day challenge, ended up running for literally 7 days. And today was the last day, I wrapped it up, and because I'm one of the dominant thoughts in one of the dominant teachings, or at least one of the dominant shares that I did as a part of this challenge, was that there is this one belief that if you kind of identify and you get rid of it or you replace it, then whatever challenges you have on the ground, whatever you're going through, you can pretty much, with the same skills, with the same talents, with the same circumstances, you can win over. You can get the success that you are seeking, that which has been eluding you. That's the message throughout the training, throughout the challenge. So I want to talk about it a little bit on this video, and hopefully this is going to help you. That's the idea. So let's get into this. So what is that one belief that we all carry that is sabotaging us, that's blocking us, that is choking us, that is restricting us to become who we want to become? Well, turns out there are many beliefs. It's very difficult for me to claim that one belief is responsible for everything. I can't do that. But this is the parent belief. The parent belief is, I'm not enough. I'm not ready. I don't have what it takes. I don't deserve it. That's the group. Those are the sub beliefs. But whatever the encompassing belief, whatever that is, then it is what it is. But those are the sub beliefs, and we can qualify pretty much these sub beliefs to be a sum of the main belief, which is, I don't have what it takes. I don't deserve it. I'm not ready for this yet. Now, what this does, this is the subconscious part, and what it does on the ground is that no matter what you want to do, you delay it. You end up comparing yourself with others. You create success. You are creating outcomes, but you downplay the outcomes. And you downplay because of fear, because of judgment, and you're concerned what people think about this or what people think about you. Either there is a fear of judgment or there is a fear of failure, whatever it is. So all these things will play out because the unconscious belief is, I'm not good, I'm not enough, I'm not ready. Who am I to do this? All that. Now, the way, as a therapist, as a coach, the way I identify somebody is going through this is the way they speak, the languaging. And if I spend time with them, I can also see how they make their decisions. If I talk to them and I ask them what are their goals, I see how they set their goals. Now, it's very easy to spot these. And what I want to do on this video is I want to train you or kind of share with you how you can spot as you are going through this. Now, a subconscious belief like this, which is, I'm not enough, I'm not ready, I don't deserve this, who am I to do this? This kind of a belief system, it doesn't speak to you loud. It whispers in your ears. So it's difficult to spot it, but now that we are talking here, my idea is that you will spot as it happens with you, and I'll give you some ideas on how to do that. Now let's understand why this happened, where this all started to begin with. It all started, and this is what I was sharing in the challenge, that is, it starts from day one, where our parents start talking to us. Thereafter, a little bit later, the teachers, and very early childhood conditioning. That's where it all starts. And then over time, also we have done the damage to ourselves too, which is we had along the way our moments where we created success, we create and we did things and success happened, but along the way some failures also happened, and our failure moments became our identity statements. When somebody's failures become or became their identity, that's when you see their languaging shift, that's when you see their behavior shift. Easy to spot if you are spending time with them. Okay, so the net outcome is this: you can choose to live in that state with that languaging, with those kind of goals, with those kind of situations. And if you do, a few things will happen. One is that you're limiting your potential, you're limiting what all you could otherwise do, or what all otherwise is possible with you. Then you also tend to say yes to everything that's coming your way. So you always settle for less. And then if you stay a little more longer in that state with those beliefs, then you tend to, like take permission for everything from people around you. You don't have power in you anymore. So you want to stay in that state, you want to change that state. So this was a question that I was asking. I was telling people, I said, listen, program yourself. You can identify beliefs that are not helping you. You can kind of disassociate yourself from those beliefs, and then you can go find some new beliefs, bring them into your being, into yourself, and then keep experimenting with new beliefs to see if they're valid, they're helping you, they're serving you, and slowly you shift your identity when you do this. This was one of my messages all along through all the 7 days. So what do you have to do? What is that you can do? And what was I saying when I said I'm going to share with you what you can do with your belief system? If you feel that you are stuck somewhere, you are being restricted, how can you get yourself out of this? The first and the foremost is that you got to catch the belief while it's in action. And the easiest way to do that is your language. You're using cuss words, you are cursing people, you are blaming someone. It could be either your parents, your friends, or outsiders, or your partner, or even God, or your higher power, whatever you believe. People curse. They're cursing. That means, it's your limiting belief. So you got to start catching that with the language. Of course, if you go to a therapist, it's a whole different story. But you are with yourself, and you are starting to, you want to catch your limiting beliefs. Then the languaging is where you start. The words that you are using. So shift the words. You're shifting the reality. Okay. If let's say, for example, I'm feeling tired. Let's say that's what I'm telling myself. I'm tired. I'm just going to go home and sleep. The exact opposite of that statement is I'm feeling energetic and I'm going to go to the gym and work out. And why did I pick this? Because I was feeling tired a little bit earlier, and I said, okay, I'm going to go to the gym and work out. So it's a little windy, it's a little cold outside. It's summer now, and for some reason we have a early sunset also today because there are clouds, so it's a little dark as I'm recording this. And I'm going to go now and work out. The initial thought was that I'm going to go sleep. I was feeling little tired. I shifted my language. And as I shifted those words, I made a commitment, a micro commitment to myself. And now I'm going to go work out. Okay. So what I did, I reframed immediately. So every time you catch a word that is not serving, that is not right, you immediately reframe it. Immediately say that even when you're alone, The majority of the problem is when you're alone. When you're alone, you have thoughts and you're left to yourself and you're processing these thoughts. If you're with somebody, then the thoughts turn out into words. But when you're alone, you're with yourself, you're thinking. Well, you speak right away. You catch yourself even when you're alone and you say, you twist, you completely turn the word around and say the opposite to yourself. And that's how you reframe. If you're uncomfortable reframing that way and you don't want to make a micro commitment, then you say things like, I'm becoming the individual that I would otherwise want to become. Every day I'm making the progress. Every day I'm trying to become a better individual. I know this is not right. You tell that to yourself. Okay. One of the most effective ways to make sure that you are not stuck in this frame is obviously one of the practical ways is to take some action. Okay. You got to take some small action to kind of get yourself into defeating this limiting belief. When I say I want to go to the gym and work out, I don't need to work out in the gym at all. I just made a micro commitment to myself. So I will go to the gym and I'll probably spend 5 or 10 minutes. It's not about me doing something extensive at the gym, but it's just that I told my unconscious mind, listen, I can go and do it. So this was about fighting the inner demon more than trying to build muscle and feel good and sweat in the gym. That's for a different day. That's for a different time. But this is simply that I'm fighting the inner demon. Okay. And then the another way of doing this also, which I spoke very extensively and I taught extensively at the challenge, which is anchoring the belief. Okay. So we catch the belief at the language level. We reframe the belief. We create a small action out of it so that we get some proof, so that it gets reinforced. And then now we anchor the belief. The anchoring is very simple. Couple of ways to do it. One is you start doing some daily affirmations. And one of the most effective ways to in a hypnotic state, if you do self hypnosis, then you can pretty much turn an affirmation into a suggestion. But you can also do some journaling. Okay. For example, today at the end of the day, I'm going to go and do some journaling. I'll say, listen, the thought of me feeling tired and going home and sleeping crossed my mind today. But then I immediately shifted the thought and I told myself I will go to the gym. I'm going to work out, which I did. I go to the gym. I did go to the gym. I did do like 10 minutes of treadmill, whatever. And hence I'm becoming the person who takes accountability. Okay. So today I did something that will make me a better individual or will make me more powerful. I'm incrementally becoming a better person who feels that he's enough, who feels that he's ready, who feels that he deserves, who feels that, okay, if it has to be, then it has to be him. Right? So I write that in my journal. So that's the process. That's how you eliminate. Of course, there are many other ways, and there are many demonstrations. There are many techniques to overcome a limiting belief, but you get the idea. This is the one that you can do. Anybody can do. Okay, do me a favor. If you have a limiting belief and you attempt getting rid of it, then drop me a comment. And last time I did a workshop, seminar many years ago, 10, 12 years ago, somebody stood up and said, Srini, every belief is a limiting belief. And every belief eventually, no matter how good of a belief you put in, eventually it becomes a limiting belief. Yes, you are correct. Beliefs are situational, they change, they move, life is moving on. Every belief eventually becomes a limiting belief. Okay. For a person who has not made $100,000, like it's a big goal and they attain that, then after a while that $100,000 also becomes a limiting belief for they change and they want to go make $1 million. I get that. I understand that. So yeah, every belief and at its, a belief which is empowering to me could be a limiting belief for you. I get that. So we all are made different. We all have different situations, circumstances we go through, and time is moving. So do we all have to move along with it. So that's how it works. Okay. If you are with me till this point and you like this, this video made sense to you, do me a favor. If you press the like button, I can reach some more people. And if you subscribe to this channel, then I'm with you literally every day. I produce one video here, and my production is simply from this car. I have, and there are no props. There is no editing, nothing involved. I record the video, I publish the video. My idea is to connect with you at a human level, rather than using all kinds of stuff, okay, to make things look good, which can be, but I lose time, I lose productivity if I do that. I would rather be effective this way than try to impose upon you with every other thing and then become less effective with the content itself. Okay, so that's all for now. Wherever you are, you be safe, and I'll be with you as early as tomorrow. Bye now.